I'm going to add a header to a double window where there isn't one with a roof load and it's already sagging. This should be interesting. We'll give you a preview of it and how this goes along coming up. Hi, I'm Roger, and not in the shop of course, but at the renovation house, and today I'm going to tackle a project I just kind of been putting off because it's going to be just a giant pain, and that is putting a header above the double window that's in the kitchen that already has a wall sagging, and all the pressure is on the corner of one of the window cases, and I need to take that pressure off. I need to restud the wall correctly. I need to put a header in without the wall falling down or sagging more. And to make it even more complicated, there's at least a foot of snow up on that roof. So I'm going to be having to put a big brace in there and try to get some new cripples in. I'm going to have to take window pulleys out of the sashes. And in order to do that, I'm going to have to take sashes out temporarily. And the temperature outside is like 0. So yeah. Not a pleasant job, but we're going to get on with it and I'll kind of take you along for the ride. Okay, got the framing for the new door put in, and I originally stated that this was a 32-inch door here. Now it's actually a 30-inch, and I now have it framed for a 36-inch, and that frame is plumb and square. The door that's in there is not, so that's why things look a little crooked, but my frame is square and plumb. So now I'm going to be moving on to these windows over here and trying to put this header in. One of the first things I need to do is remove this window sill so I can get in here and into the pockets. On this side over here, which is the left side, I have a stud that goes all the way from the sill to the top plate, and I'm going to add a cripple onto the right side of that, but I'll need to get in there and remove these sash pulleys so I have room to get my cripple up in there. If you don't know what a cripple is, that is a shorter stud that supports the header. And I'll be putting the header up here. And I will probably also add a stud into the center between these two windows, but there again I'm going to have to get these pulleys out. And I have to support this while I'm doing it because I'll start tearing this stuff out. I don't want the wall sagging down here, so I'm going to be putting a support in. Now over here on the right side, I'm going to have to do a new stud and a cripple. And the reason being is I come down here past the sill, that stud doesn't go all the way down, and the adjacent stud doesn't meet this bottom plate or whatever you want to call this. So that's my next project. And just to make it interesting, the window stops, and I've got them off the side here, but you can see up there at the top, hopefully you can see that right there, these stops are put in with screws rather than nails, and they've been painted over many times, so I'm having quite a time getting those screws out. I'm going to be putting these stops in here anyway, but I still don't want to jack up the frame. So got these off, going to get the sill off next and put a prop in and try to get these pulleys out, get rid of the old sash weights. It'll be interesting. Okay, now over here on the other wall where we had the window without the header, I've got a new header in there now. And that's all framed up, and we got nailers in the corner. So that wall's all kind of ready to go. Still got the little zigzag stud things here zipping around, but put new studs adjacent to it, so everything now goes floor to top plate without all these little interruptions and short pieces in there. And that header is a doubled up 2x8. Okay, so 3 hours later, here's where I'm at. Got a cripple stud up here on the left side, and another interesting thing here is this roof line slopes. So from my cripple stud up to the top plate here is 7 1/4, but when I get down here to the other end, right here, it's 6 1/4. So in 6 feet, this runs downhill an inch, and I knew that this roof line ran downhill here, and there's nothing I can do about that. So got some nailers in over here in the corner and got that plumbed up. Still need to put something underneath that post there and get that all squared up. As I went to put this stud here in, I noticed that the wall bellied out where the window is, and I don't know if you could see this, if that'll even focus down there. Yeah, maybe not too well, but it's something I can see, is that the wall bellies out here almost an inch right here in this, at the sill level. So what I'm going to have to do is jack this wall out. And the way I'm going to do that is I've got a real secure thing right across the wall from that, the chimney. So I'm going to have to rig up some jacking and get this jacked out and push the middle of this wall back out till I put some other studs in. What I'm going to do here in the middle, in between the windows, is I'm going to make kind of a custom stud with custom cripples on the side because I don't have enough room to put 3 2x4s side by side in there. So I'm going to run one stud all the way up to the top plate and down to the sill, and then have a couple of cripples on each side, and then have 2 separate window headers, one for the left window, one for the right window. That's the easiest way to do it because the one on the left I won't have to taper, but the one on the right I'm going to have to taper from 7 1/4 down to 6 1/4. That's kind of sucks, but that's kind of the way it is. And I've got a brace up here underneath joist right now, holding this up, trying to take some of the weight off this corner. And I still need to jack it just a little bit because I can't quite pull that block out yet. It's close, but not quite. Also, as I've started messing with this and jacking around with the wall, I managed to start breaking glass in these sashes. As I started to square this particular one up here, the top sash cracked. And then over here on this other one, the right-hand side, the bottom sash cracked. But I kind of expected something like that was going to happen when I started moving these frames. But I got to get them square and plumb. Well, I will have to say this is one of the more challenging things I've had to do on this house. But we got the headers in there. And you can see just how much of a taper there is on that roof line. And there's nothing I can do about that. I'd have to tear half the house down to jack that up, and we're not going to do that. But the other thing I've got going here is I've got a brace right now from there over to the chimney to hold that wall out until I can bring a driver long enough to be able to reach down into that pocket and set all the screws down there. Not a whole lot of tension on it, but just enough that if I let it loose, the 2x4s will shift, and I want to get those anchored. So here's kind of a view from the other side. So yeah, things look crooked, but those window frames are square and plumb now. I can't say quite so much for the roof line. Well, we got that wall straightened up, but wow, what a job. This took me all day. Normally you would not have a stud in between 2 windows like this. There is a mullion that goes over the center of this. It was originally 1 unit, but because I needed to get some support up there and find a way to hold these headers, or I should say hold the roof up while I was trying to make the headers and get them in there, along with my braces I had to have a stud in here. And I didn't have enough room in here for 3 2x4s, so I had to cut these down a little bit. So it's kind of a custom stud running right down through the center of the window. And then gets anchored to the sill down there, and it's anchored to this stud next to it that's not exactly straight, but it is anchored to it. So that was quite the adventure. Quite a hard day, but we got them headers in, and they're functional, and tomorrow I'll be getting those replacement windows installed to replace the sashes, especially with the broken glass that I created today. And those windows leak air terrible anyway, so it'll be time to get those replaced. Of course, if you got anything out of this, appreciate getting a thumbs up. It always helps the channel. And of course, we're always looking for subscribers, and next to that subscribe button is a little bell. You click that bell, you'll be notified when I post another video. And obviously I'm not in the shop, not in the renovation house, and down in the office here trying to get some things done. So until next time, see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.